Hey, welcome to day 17 of the challenge. Thanks for sticking with me this far. Let's get started in child's pose today. A familiar place. Come to nest and arrive in your little cocoon of child's pose. Let your head relax. Let the back of your upper back soften down, the back of your chest. Deepen your breath. Here you are on your mat. 17 days in a row. A big accomplishment so far. Walk your hands over to the left. Place your right hand on top of your left hand. Take a big side body stretch through the right side body. And walk your hands back to center and then over to the right. Place your left hand on top of your right hand. Walk your hands back to center. Rise up into table. Move into cat-cows. And you can take your cat-cows into circles. Couple, maybe 3 circles in each direction. Come to neutral. Downward facing dog. Spread your fingers and shift forward into plank. And lower your knees an inch off the ground. Then shift back. We call this an animal squat. Shift back, sit low, or like this is kind of also like a floating child's pose. Then shift forward into plank and go back into floating child's pose. Plank, bring it back. Plank, and as you bring it back, remember your knees go really low, like a centimeter off the ground. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, plank, stay here. Now we're going to drop the shoulder, keep the arms straight, but drop your shoulders down. And then press into the ground to lift yourself away. So it's a very small movement, but it'll feel really hard. So you're dropping between your shoulder blades and back up. Down and up. Down and up. Keep your arms straight. Engage your legs more. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Ragdoll. Grab onto your elbows. Let go. Or your arms can dangle down if that feels good right now. Bring your fingertips down on the ground. Keep your feet wide or take them as wide as the mat. Turn your toes slightly out and sit low into malasana, into a squat. Then start to straighten the legs, but don't straighten all the way. And then bend back into malasana. Start to straighten, but not all the way. And bend. Couple more of those. One more time. Now straighten your legs all the way into Uttanasana, forward fold. So feet hip distance, toes face forward. Lengthen the spine and fold forward. Lift up halfway, walk your hands all the way out to plank. Lower down halfway to the ground. Hold for chaturanga. And then lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Sweep your left arm underneath your right arm. Like thread your left arm under. Bring your right knee up and open your right arm out to the right. So it's a supine twist, but we just came into it a different way. You can put your left hand on your right knee and bend your right elbow so it's like half cactus. And bring it back around. Plant your right hand, extend your right leg back. Come back onto your hands and sweep the right arm. Thread the right arm under the left. Set your right shoulder down, sweep your left leg up. Take your left arm up and over. Right hand can go onto the left knee if you'd like. A bend in that left elbow. So it's not just kind of like sitting on the joints as you extend it. Bending is always nice here. Then come back onto your belly. Plant your hands. Tuck your toes, lift your thighs, hug your elbows in. Press up just to chaturanga. Hold chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Untuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. Lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten the right leg back out. Step your right foot between your hands. Low lunge. Fingertips frame your front foot. Set your back knee down. Reach your arms up. Interlace your hands, make Kali Mudra, thumbs and index fingers point. Squeeze the hips towards each other. Lift up. Knit the ribs in. So your arms are just straight up, not a back bend. Press your hips forward a little more. Bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee and straighten your right leg. Step your back foot up and in for pyramid. Lengthen the spine and fold. Walk your hands out in front of you. Come into standing splits. Lift your left leg up. Now lift up halfway, which takes you into supported warrior 3. And bring your hands to your heart, warrior 3. Draw your ribs in. Lengthen your right side of your waist back. And then we'll stand all the way up to one-legged mountain. Take the left leg up with you. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, figure 4. Option to turn to your right. Maybe right arm back, left arm forward. I know it's hard to do from figure 4. Scoop the tailbone under. Come back to center, hands to heart, and then stand back up to one-legged mountain. Go back through warrior 3 with your hands at your heart. Step to high lunge, reach your arms up. Cactus and back bend this time. Reach the arms back up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down to the ground. Keep your toes tucked, actually. Press back up to chaturanga. Hold halfway. Hold. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten the leg back out. Step your foot between your hands. Put your back knee down. Reach your arms up. Untuck your back toes. Kali Mudra with your hands. Firm your hips towards each other. Lift up, up, up. And press your hips forward. Knit the ribs in. Release your hands down. Tuck your toes, lift your back knee. Pyramid. Step your back foot up and in, lengthen, and fold forward. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Crawl your fingertips out in front of you. Lift your right leg up, standing splits. Now lift up halfway. Get your hips level. Bring your hands to your heart. Strong core, strong back, shoulders back. Stand up to one-legged mountain. Try not to set your right foot down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Figure 4. Flex your right foot. Option to start to turn to the left. Reach your left arm back, right arm forward. Breathe. Slow the breath. Bring your hands back to your heart. Come back to center. One-legged mountain. Reach your arms up. Reach your right leg up. Stand tall. Hands back to heart. Reach your right leg back for warrior 3. Step back to high lunge. Cactus the arms. Back bend while keeping the tone of the abs. So you're keeping a strength there as you back bend. Reach the arms up. Bring the hands down to the ground. Step back to plank. Lower all the way to the ground. Keep your toes tucked. Lift your thighs and your knees. Press up to chaturanga. Hold. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Breathe. Catch your breath and slow it down. Bring your feet together. Lift your right leg up. Right knee to right wrist for pigeon pose. Set your leg down. Slide your left leg back. Good. Walk your hands down. Option to weave your left arm under the right arm and bring your palms together. And if that's too much, put your arms out in front of you and do your standard pigeon. We'll rise back up onto our hands. And you can stay here. You can also, if you feel like you have the strength in your hips here, you can put your hands to your heart and maybe reach your arms up. Option 2, put your right fingertips down, bend your back knee, grab onto your foot. I'm giving you plenty of options. Keep in mind this is a short class and you don't want to push yourself. We're not like as warmed up as we would be in a 60-minute class. So listen to your body. The body never lies. If you have your left foot, maybe you bring it into the crease of your left arm. Maybe you reach your right arm up. Continue to tone your abdomen so that you don't dump too much into the lower back here. Knit the ribs in. Maybe you clasp your hands behind your back. Wherever you are is perfect. Hold here for 3 more breaths. Gently release, down, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. Flip your dog if you'd like, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Bring it back around to 3-legged dog and downward facing dog. Shift into plank. Lower down for a normal chaturanga. Hold. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee. Sorry, don't bend your knee. Keep the leg straight. Pigeon, left knee to left wrist. Slide your right leg back. Rise up on the fingertips. Lower down to the ground. Option to weave your right arm under to the left and bring your hands together. Come back onto your hands. So lift your chest and you might stay, or you might bring your hands to your heart, or arms up, exalted pigeon, or left fingertips down, bend your right knee and grab onto your foot with your right hand. You're staying there, or you're putting the foot inside of the elbow, or you're reaching your left arm up. Your chest faces forward, not so much to the right. And maybe your hands clasp behind you, or your fingertips just kind of clasp. 3 breaths. Release your hands down, release your foot down. 3-legged dog. There's no rush. Bend the knee. Flip your dog slowly. Bring it back around to 3-legged dog. Down dog. Plank. This time all the way to the earth. Arms by your sides. Rest your head to one side. Feel the earth beneath you. Interlace your hands behind your back and lift your chest and lift your arms and lift your legs. Locust. Shalambhasana. Reach your toes to the back of the mat. Lift your chest a little higher. Reach your arms a little higher. Firm your buttocks for 3, 2, 1. Rest your head to the other side. All right, bend your knees, grab onto the feet. If it's too much, do what we just did before with the legs straight and kick up. One more breath. Release down. Use your hands as a pillow. Rest your forehead on your hands. And windshield wiper your legs side to side, or just wiggle your hips side to side. Release your feet. Flip over onto your back. Just flip on over. Maybe now you're facing the other way. That's okay. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your feet down to the ground. Feet together, knees wide. Hands on your belly or anywhere on your torso that feels good. Maybe one hand on your heart. Breathe in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale all the way out. Inhale again. Fill up. Exhale to let it all go. One more time, the biggest breath you've taken today, all the way in and all the way out. Begin to bring your knees up and into your chest. And you might notice that my voice isn't matching up to my mouth because my microphone died, so this is recorded afterwards. So you'll come up to a seat. And luckily it died just at the end. So bring your palms together once you come up to a seat. Thank you for practicing with me today. Let's bow together in gratitude. See you tomorrow.